let Coach Brown go. That obviously has an impact on those players. I thought their staff obviously stepped up and their players played with great heart and great effort. And, we wish them the best of luck as they move forward. Obviously very proud of our team. We came out and we started really fast. I always worry when you start fast like that you can have this immediate letdown. But I don't think it was us letting down. I think it was just, UMass knowing this was their last game as an independent, knows they were probably playing a little bit for Coach Brown, senior day, and they played really well. But we hung in there, and we hung in there, and we hung in there, and we came in at halftime down one. We got the ball, it's kind of how we've been all year. We fought, and we are built to win tight games, I think, and we have confidence that we win those tight games. Now, there's 3 tight games that we didn't win. And the next step for us is going and beating the ACC teams or the Big Ten teams or whoever we play, in those close games. But, Jelani's standing back there, and he's the epitome of a guy who just never gives up, and that's what our team's all about. And so I'm just proud as heck of him and fortunate to be their coach.
Can you talk about the excitement of finishing the regular season in the right way and also knowing you're going to have one more game with these guys?
I think it's great. I mean, to win 8 is pretty special. I think it's a tribute to so many people in that locker room. These guys that have for years just hung in there and fought and continued to believe and continued to work hard. It'd be so easy to at so many times just kind of give up and throw your hands up and give in, and they just don't. They're not built that way. I've said it for 3 years now. This is the least entitled group of people I've ever been around, these players, and I think they show that every day in the way they work, the way they treat each other, their commitment to success. They've been working since January 16th, and I don't believe my dad asked me this actually. He asked me on Thanksgiving. We were talking. He goes, "How's practice?" I said, "Dad, it's always good." He says, "Have you guys even ever had a bad practice?" Yeah, we've had like minutes in bad practice, but all I have to do is remind them, and then they get going again. And that's just rare this day and age. And it's a tribute to guys like Jelani and everybody else. They refuse to let it happen. They got grit, man. They got something about them. And, when you're a coach, that's the greatest gift is having guys that want to be coached, guys that want to be coached. I mean, that's a coach's dream.
Jimmy, you brought in a lot of several good running backs. I mean, they all played well today, but Cam always seems to rise above, and it just seems like he has that quality and he just doesn't go down. I mean, can you describe what it is that he has?
Toughness. He's a tough sucker. I mean, he is a tough dude. And, we've talked about this before, Dom, how far he's come since he first came to our campus when he was, as a lot of guys are, he was an immature, 17 or 18-year-old. And we weren't quite sure where to put him, but we found a home. He found a home. He made a home for himself at running back. And not only did he make a home for himself, but he's established himself as someone that we can really count on, that his teammates respect, that's, assuming a leadership role. We're going to lose some really great players that are great men, that are tremendous leaders, and you got a guy like Cam that can step up. But to me, it all goes back to just the guy is just he's a dog, man. He's tough, and you love having guys like that on your team.
You said on Tuesday you go with the quarterback that gave you the best chance to win. Why was that, Joe? How do you feel he performed, particularly the way he managed things in the second half?
Oh, I thought the first half was a little shaky for all of us. The second half, he was good. He did what he needed to do. He took care of the football. He managed the clock extremely well. We have confidence in both of those guys. And we have confidence in Cole Welliver. But it's just Joe right now. He's got the reins of this thing, and he's earned it through his performance all year. When he's had to come in. When Nick was hurt and he's performed, or when he's had to start because Nick was out, he's performed. And this team has a lot of faith in him, a lot of trust in him. I know the coaches do. You look at his stats through the year. I think did he throw a touchdown today or two or three? 3. So he has 21 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the year. That's that's one of the better stat lines in college football for a quarterback. So. There's a reason he's playing right there.
Coach, obviously a bowl game's not guaranteed at this point, but if you do, how important is it to get those extra practices in, especially for some of the younger guys, some of those December practices.
You know, I hear coaches say that all the time. It's good for the younger guys. I ain't worried about that. I want guys like that dude right there. We want to have practice so we can go out and win a bowl game. All right, I ain't worried about one lick about it. We got all kinds of practice time in the spring, and we got all kinds of practice time in the fall, and we got a whole off season to worry about those young guys. Okay, if we get a bowl, which I would hope that we would, I would assume that we would. We'll see what it is, and wherever it is, we'll go there. But we are gonna practice as if it is a regular season game, and we're gonna try to get win number 9, which I don't know how many times that's been done here.
Twice.
In 128 years.
Wow.
Okay, 120. They've been playing football here 128 years. So.
Coach, were there any key second half adjustments that you guys made just that allowed you to pull away?
You know, it's always just about guys doing their job, really. It wasn't anything that we did specifically, adjusting our game plan or anything. It's about players just trusting each other, having faith in each other, and doing their job one play at a time, not getting caught up too much in what's on the scoreboard or the momentum, and just, you know, continuing to grind it out. We preach that every day, all day. And sometimes, you know, you get in a game, it's an emotional environment, and you got to come in at halftime and just settle down. You know, I heard Jelani talking to the guys, just one play at a time, one play at a time, one play at a time. You hear Val, you hear Chase, you hear those guys saying that, and that's just what we go back to all the time.
There's 3 straight stops in the third quarter where they made a punt out of their end zone 3 times. That was kind of where you took control of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they were scoring. I mean, they put up 42 points, right? We haven't given up 42 since the first game of the season. I mean, I think we haven't given up more than 31 since then, you know, and we played some good offenses. So, you know, getting the stops when you need to get them is critical, and then obviously your offense being able to capitalize. And I think what really helped us is that not only were they good stops, but they're stops that gave us good field position.